your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a nah flex. While you there looking depressed, feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome, you ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down, the best friend, she went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo, headed where the homie live, cause it's on though. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong though, that's against a bro code. Headed to his home though, no we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. It's shit in his face, from then I say it's evidence. You entertain my loyalty to infiltrate the only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. How my anger is a pain, you didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up, then I again. Gone. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
Brandon, whatever happened to the old rule that if you don't know that you're definitely going to get it to at least a 20-yard line, you just take a knee in the end zone. Sometimes being too aggressive can actually cost you.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On first down, it's gone. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Huntley to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Colts hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Huntley. Going deep this time for Miller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
To throw, Huntley. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Ready, break!
On 4th down, Huntley. This is Miller, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. This defense for the Colts, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Goff. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Huntley's throw taken in by Miller. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That goes for a gain of 31. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts him in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with the W.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Goff now looking to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Ready? Check pass.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 43-yard line. Off the play fake. Huntley. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Throwing on 1st down. Huntley. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he hauls it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Throwing to start the drive. Huntley. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Huntley. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. On 4th down, Huntley. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the 1st half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Huntley.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay,
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. It's gone. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Now gone. There's Chris Olave. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 37. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. On first down, gone. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Off play action, here's Goff. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Touchdown!
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. Fielded right around the 8.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 44. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Operating from the gun. Huntley. It's complete. It's Miller. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation. But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Completion left side to Miller. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Huntley. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. Off play action. Huntley. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field and downfield.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 74 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
He finds his man, complete. It's Goodwin. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Landry now on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Play action. It's gone. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me. And my grandma smiling down every time I turn it up. Whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them.